Hi, I'm Palkowitz The Delusional Diva, and I am standing here with Peppermint, one of the hottest stars of New York City. And you know where I am? I'm in front of Splash. Splash is one of the hottest gay, lesbian, transgender bars in New York City, and I'm here with one of the biggest stars who just performed on stage, Peppermint. The last I saw you was like a year ago, and we were at the Gay Expo when you had a hit single, and now you have a whole album out. It's called Hardcore Glamour, and you have a great hit called Serving It Up. Tell me, what's the difference now? In the last year, how did you come out with this album? What's going on with it? You were a New York sensation, and now you're going to be a United States sensation. How does that feel?
International.
International. I haven't even gotten there yet. Tell me about the album, how it came about, and what's up with it.
Okay, well, you know, Serving It Up came out a couple of years ago. It was the brainchild of Adam Joseph, Janek, and myself, and it was just some kind of a one-off thing. We said, let's just do a song for fun. But then I got so hooked. We did a video. It did really well. I got so hooked, I decided to call up Adam Joseph and work on more music. And we've been actually working and writing and slaving over this CD for the past 2 years. And we have a whole, I just wanted to make sure it was perfect and just a very accurate representation of me. Almost what you would find if you were rummaging through my purse. So there's everything on there. There's rock, pop, hip-hop, Serving It Up, dance music, all kinds of stuff like that. And it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here, and I'm just so proud of it. So
and we're very proud of you. Now tell me, this is like a lifelong childhood dream for you to actually come out with an album. You've been entertaining since you were probably a child. Tell me a little bit about when you started and where you're going from here.
Well, you know, I started, I think, like most gays probably I started doing drag for Halloween, just for fun, and everyone, you know, progressed and started going to the nightclub, a bar here. But when I got to New York, I just fell in love with the nightlife scene and how accepting things were, and just how free and open things seem to be. So I jumped headfirst into the nightlife scene, and I've been doing that, bars and clubs, shows, things like that, for the past, you know, handful of years. Yes. And it was only a couple of years ago that I started getting into music, and you know, as much as I love performing for a live bar audience, I really, really love getting a chance to travel, and that's something that the music allows me to do a lot more easily than working in a bar here until 4 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, the music is where it's at, girls.
Speaking of being in bars until 4 o'clock in the morning, we know you're out all the time, almost every single night, promoting, performing, entertaining, doing other things, we don't know what. So, tell me, our fans want to know, what is an intimate night for Peppermint? What do you do on your off time? What's a night of just, you know, relaxation? What do you do? When does that happen, and where?
That is a really good question. I'm still waiting to get that perfect relaxing night, but when I do get up, to be honest with you, when I do have the moment to just sit down and chill, if I'm not working on music, you know, because really during the day, if I'm not out on stage, I'm preparing for the show to go on stage. But when I'm off and I have a little bit of hang time, I love to just go to the movies and eat ice cream with my friends. Those are the two things that I will be doing. I will eat some ice cream and I will be at a movie. So I do get a chance to go to the movies. I'm a big movie buff, so you know, as soon as there's a new movie out, I will find time to call up a girlfriend and force myself to go and just, you know, let go and let somebody else perform for me for a change. That's my favorite thing to do.
What I like is you have a whole, you know, a lot of different styles, that you don't just dabble in one form of music, but you seem to be really well-rounded and cultured in your music. What would you say your message is? What do you try to say with your music or with your performing?
You know what? Being a new independent artist, I don't have as strong a theme of the album as a lot of other artists may have. It's basically my first, obviously it's my first album, so I just wanted to go with just what feels good to me and what I think I would want to hear. And you know, I said, what am I going to put on an album? Because you know, I really don't know if I have anything that's that profound and developed to say. So I just kind of dug deep, and I kind of went back to the 90s, which is my favorite time. And I think anybody that was born in the 90s got exposed to, I think the 90s was the perfect blend of a lot of things, especially music. Different genres, hip-hop, pop, rock music, alternative, just dance music and everything. And also music that had like a really good mix of like poppy, catchy tunes that also had a political message to it. So a lot of my songs have that in them, and there's stuff that deals with trannyism and tranny chasers and kind of just self-loathing and hatred and love and sex and judging and just all that kind of stuff. But I deliver it in a really spoonful of sugar kind of way. So I think, you know, you'll like it if you get it.
And one last question: Who are your influences? What brought you to this point? Who'd you grow up listening to or watching?
I'd be obliged to say that one of my biggest influences, obviously, is Rupaul, who turned drag from one small thing into a world-renowned thing, a huge thing. But my musical influence is probably Janet Jackson. I love Janet Jackson.